Welcome back, folks, to Let's Replay Stonekeep, and when last we left off, we completely explored the Fairy Realm, talking to everyone, doing all of the side quests and getting all of the items, including knowledge of 3 spells. We have the spell that we gained from Murph, we also have this spell that we have no idea what it does, it was literally on a scroll that only had the rune, and we have the rune from the fairy players, we have no idea what that does either. We also have a complete party. Drake is currently being accompanied by Scuzz, who is pretty handy in melee, Karzak, who we know is great in melee, and Sparkle, who is great with magic, and ranked in Tea Party. Tea Party is not going to be important, however. We're going to pass this shield over to Karzak as he's going to make better use of it. We are going to instead use this axe in the other hand, because we want to have the ability to switch between melee and ranged almost immediately, because we're the only one that is using ranged that isn't magic. We want to head over to the Ice Caverns, and the way to the Ice Caverns is over here. We'll go through this door and all the way around. Let's go, shall we? We have no reason to go back to the Fairy Realm, we have no reason to go to the Dwarven Fortress, at least not yet. We will be returning to those locations later, but a lot later. And not because we have to, because we want to. There are a few interactions that can happen with a different party composition, because this party that we have here is far from the final party. Although pretty soon, we will be assembling the final party. None of the members in the group right now are permanent, unfortunately, and they all will leave in time, and pretty much nearly all of them are optional. You don't have to go and get Sparkle, you don't have to go and get Karzak back. I'm pretty sure you do need to get Scuzz though. Scuzz will join regardless, and I don't think you get an opportunity to attack him. That said, you could attack him when you're inside the Dwarven Fortress by opening the door and throwing things at him, but I wouldn't, because it's always a good idea to have Scuzz along with you. Here is the entrance to the Ice Cavern. We're going to save before we go in, because you never know what might happen. There we go. Time to enter. A very cold location. We are going to be taking small amounts of damage periodically, because this place is so cold. It may look like the sewers and the Fairy Realm, but blue, but this place is extremely cold. And here is a Sharga, a friendly Sharga. We're going to go and say hello.
Are you the ones? Come you have to save us from her evil? Have you?
Yes.
Then see our king you must. Lead you there, Sarkhan will. Come, now.
Alright, Sarkhan, we will follow you. There really isn't that much distance to cover, because we are right here. The king of the Ice Shargas is before us, and he's going to give us a mission.
Kandak's people not like Shargas. They live in tunnels, with others in peace. Tunnels were Kandak's realm until the Ice Queen's coven invaded this area. Much power she has to kill Kandak's people and steal their homes. Now, only these small caverns remain of Kandak's realm. Kandak's people flee, only his guards stay. Help Kandak, a weapon you will find to kill the Ice Queen, and Kandak will show you secret. Kandak's warriors will tell you what they can. Go now.
So we need to deal with the Ice Queen. We've also been told by the Fairy Queen that we need to find the last elf, who is a prisoner of the Ice Queen. There is a Sharga here who will heal us if we go over to him. We are not going to go and talk to that Sharga yet, because we don't need any healing. We can, however, destroy this snow. It acts much like the mud, and there's nothing there, and there was the cold damage. It's not a lot of damage, but it is damage.
Fire defeats the Ice Queen, though visions say more than fire. Say need fire that is different. Go, find different fire, and return.
Different fire means that we need to find some magical fire, and not the fire that we can make from our rune staffs. We need a particular item that is magic fire. There is one more thing we need to find as well, something that will be beneficial in the long term while we're here.
Help you, king says. Help you would, Gorza, but cannot. Gorza lost rune scroll when she came. Find it, you do, and Gorza will help.
We need to find a rune scroll. We definitely need to find the rune scroll. We actually need to find that before we find the magical fire. We don't have it right now, so holding out your hand is entirely pointless. We can go down here, but there is nothing here. We also want to navigate over to this side, and then down here. We want to explore everywhere that we can before we venture out into the more dangerous parts of the ice caverns. There are very dangerous parts. This is pretty much the only part where we will be safe, because over here is a big cave-in, and we can't get past this big cave-in, no matter what weapon we use. So it's time to explore this place very carefully indeed. We want to, have we hit all of this? We have. It's always worth checking, just in case there's an item there that we're missing. The only way we can go is this way. Past you, don't mind the fact that we got hurt there, and we'll just go down this corridor and see if we can find various things. We need to find some magical fire, we also need to find a scroll, and we also need to avoid all of the enemies that are down here. There are quite a lot of enemies. Have we found one yet? We have not, but we will. It is inevitable, and they are quite dangerous, at range and up close. No enemies there, no enemies there. We definitely don't want to stumble upon the lair of the Ice Queen either. I don't think we actually can until we have the item that we need. Also, could you hear that? It almost sounded like something was nearby. There's some cold damage that we took there. That was nearby.
This tunnel is dangerous. We need to be careful.
And careful we will be, Karzak. We just need to step forward very cautiously. And make sure we're looking behind us. Well spotted, Karzak. If you hadn't have told us of that, we might have took some damage. Let's just quickly get rid of this. My, we can attack very quickly. We are excellent with this weapon. Also, we do need to get rid of a little bit more of it. Suffice to say, we could have just pushed that aside, but apparently not. Oh, and even more cave-ins behind us. My, you were exceptionally accurate when it came to predicting that this would happen. This basically just forces you to spend time destroying all of this fallen rock, which means that you then have to take more cold damage. It's not a lot of damage, however. We do have the healing orb if we need it, and we do have the Shaga that will heal us if we really need it. Right now we don't need it, though. Anything else? No, nothing else is caving in behind us. That's fortunate. Aha! We have found who we were looking for. We have found the last elf, frozen in ice. The last elf will do nothing right now, unless we free him. And to do that, we're going to have to use some of our magical fire. That means firing fire at this elf. We're going to remove everything that Karzak has here. Why? You will see in time. Let's equip this ring on you. There we go. Take this helmet. We'll also take this here. And we'll take this axe. I do believe we have taken off everything here. Let us get one of our rune staffs, the weaker of the ones that we have, because we don't want to use all of the power that we have. We also want to make sure that we don't use a really powerful spell. We actually want to rewrite that fire spell so that it is the weaker version. Let's just change that to that there. Overwriting the rune with the same rune gets rid of any meta magic that is on it. We're going to save right now. There's going to be a little bit of dialogue once we do this. Alright, let us free the last elf. The last elf is free. And you may hear combat music. There is no combat going on here. This elf is going to be very, very appreciative that he is free. Just switch the axe back, and then we'll have a conversation.
That token. Where did you get it?
Why, the good lady Iaenni gave it to me.
Then you and I have similar goals. I am Enigma, the last of my kind. Shall we join forces and defeat our enemies?
It is time for me to leave.
What? Surely we could use another sword.
I will not be trouble, Sir Dwarf.
It doesn't matter, Elf. I shall not travel with you.
Karzak, this does not become you.
I will not intrude then.
No, that is not it. I am far from home, Drake. I am a warrior, with warrior's dreams. But we are going where I should not go. And, well, this elf can serve you better than I. Enough. I'm going. It's a long journey back to the hall.
Well, at least let me save you that trip. I still have a favor or two with some elementals. Done. Prepare yourself.
He's gone.
Ooh, an Earth Elemental's vortex power! Neat!
He is on his way home. I have said too much. Let us go.
He is still a warrior. Oh, nothing. Come, let us go.
We now have Enigma the Elf, and Enigma the Elf has 12 hit points right now. Enigma the Elf is the first ranged character that we will get in our party. He's also the last ranged character that we will get in our party. Enigma was voiced by Ardwhite Chamberlain, who has both writing and acting credits. Among his many writing credits, he was a writer on an episode of Samurai Pizza Cats, a writer on Lupin III, The Mystery of Mamo, and various episodes of Babylon 5. Among his acting credits, he was Kosh, Ulkesh, Vorlon, and various others in Babylon 5, Nicholas Conrad in Shadow Heart's Covenant, and Trap Boots in Fortune Quest. Let us read information about Enigma before he takes too much damage and falls unconscious. That is Scuzz's information. Enigma is quiet. He seems to be strong, nimble, and very healthy. His archery skill is great, and he is ranked in Magic and Lore. He may be ranked in Magic, but he's not going to be using any outside of cutscenes. We can't equip any of the stuff that Karzak had on Enigma, so we might as well give this over to Scuzz here. What we want to do right now is we want to leave quickly. We found where Enigma is, and we want to heal up before we go back into the ice cavern. So very quickly, we are going to go and backtrack back out of the ice caverns and back to safety. Up here we go, and if we just go this way. You can hear the wind there, by the way. We're going to be checking that out later. Actually, might as well mark that down while we are going into areas that we should not be going into. So let us just go this way instead. The last thing we want to do is get into a fight with Enigma having only 11 health. Enigma is the first permanent member of the party. You don't have to get Enigma, at least I don't think you do, in which case Karzak would remain in your party. But getting Enigma is beneficial, because Enigma uses a bow and arrow, and is pretty good with that bow and arrow. So we're going to be using his skills quite a lot. There is no cold damage to be had here, no damage at all to be had here actually, because we have defeated all of the enemies here. We really want to get Enigma up to full health before we dare to venture back down into the ice cavern. And we definitely want to check out that sound of wind. Perhaps when we're not as perilously close to death. There we go. We will get the really good rune scepter here, and do some healing. We'll put the sword there. It's not going to go anywhere. And then it disappeared into nothing. There we go. Full health, full health, full health. And it's going to take a while to get Enigma up to full health, but it's definitely worth it. There we go. 160 health. We have a pretty hearty party. That said, it's going to get even more healthy later on. I won't say how, but suffice to say, Drake has a few more points of strength to gain before we get to the end of the game. Let us now head back to the ice caverns, with Enigma in tow. Enigma is also really good at reading the various signs that we'll be encountering. Not in the ice caverns, there are no signs in the ice caverns for us to read, but there are other things that we can read. Enigma will not go into the fairy realm. If we go into the fairy realm, Enigma will remain at the entrance to the ice caverns, just past these stairs. And we'll get him back every time we go back down. We have to go through here, so it makes sense that he remains there so that we can't accidentally not have him in the party. If that is, we have got him in our party. There we go. And back into the ice caverns we go. We want to check out this windy sound here, and we also want to be very careful, because while Enigma is really good at ranged combat, we are now down one melee combatant. We only have Scuzz to help us if things get up close and deadly. Let us go over here. We can hear something. There's nothing here or here. Nothing here either, though we can hear something. Is that an enemy? It may be an enemy. It might not be a wall that we can go through. I think there is a wall that we can go through. Not here, though. Aha! Enemies! These are going to fire ice at us, and they can freeze us, which is bad. We just want to get really close and kill them in close combat or ranged, either work. This is where the danger is going to come in, because we're taking the gradual damage from the cold, and we're also taking all of this damage. We really want to take care of you. There we go. You are gone. And they just drop some snow. The snow does nothing. The healing that I see there that we have some spells cast on us. I don't know if that's Sparkle or Enigma that's casting them. And if Enigma is casting them, I would have to say that I was mistaken about his skill in magic not being used. We definitely need to do some healing, because my did we take a lot of damage there. Definitely an area that you need to take very slowly and gradually. There we go. Not bad. How much power do we have left in this? 40. That's good. We only used a third of it. There are some rocks here. Definitely need to move around those rocks. I believe that sound there was a spell fading, the clunking noise. Ah, I can see an enemy ahead. How can I tell? Because Enigma is trying to kill that enemy. Need to, there we go. Excellent. That does deal quite a lot of damage, that cold spell. Let's just very quickly get rid of all of this snow and have a look over here and here, just in case there were any enemies around. There are no enemies around. We haven't found what we need yet, but we will. Also, that literally was just blocking off an area that would have made going down here a bit faster. Let us keep exploring. Very cautiously. Very cautiously. Any foes over here? Not yet. What about over here? Not yet either. There's a way down there, there's a way up here, there's more snow. Nothing in the snow. Any foes here? Got to be very careful in the ice caverns. Things can go very badly wrong very quickly. Nothing there. Nothing here either. Let's just clear this away. No scroll, no magical fire. But in time we will find both. There is a way up there, there's some more cold damage. Every time I hear that I always think, uh-oh, we're under attack, but no, it's just the cold damage, very slowly eating away at our health. Anything over here? The answer is, it would seem not. We haven't gone round in a circle yet though, so let's just keep looking around. Anything over here? There's a way to the north. Nothing there. Nothing there at all. I did move forward there just to see if there was a hidden area. I know there's at least one of them. That's why I'm stepping very slowly. Just in case I can hear the sound of, aha! We have found somebody that hopefully will talk to us. Either that or we're about to get into a combat, and that would not be great. Let's just step forward and say hello.
Queen's servant you are, yes he is. Mad wreck is, yes, mad is wreck. Kill you all, wreck will. Die!
Hello, Wreck. We're going to fight you. You're going to keep running this way and that way, and apparently achieve absolutely nothing. You are not the best combatant I have ever seen. Let's just hit you again, and then again. Eventually, we will best you, Wreck. This is truly an unbeatable strategy that you are employing here. Are you even going to attack us if we step forward? Yes, you are. And now you are dead. You also carry a very different sword compared to the other Shagas that we have encountered. That is because this is a sword made from ice. Probably quite effective here. Very sharp, I'd wager. And so, when we come back, folks, we will keep exploring in this area. We can also hear one of those ice-based foes nearby. Aha! They're right there. Let us just step away from them for now. Hopefully they're not going to come and attack us. I think they're going to come and attack us, aren't they? Most likely. And so, when we come back, folks, we'll continue to explore the ice caverns, and we'll see if we can find that hidden area that I believe is somewhere around here. So I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. But wait, what of the voice actors that we've encountered within the ice caverns? Let's go through them now, shall we? Robert Towers was Wreck, and Robert Towers has been in quite a few things. He was Karg in the live-action movie Masters of the Universe, various animals in the 1970 Dr. Dolittle TV series, and Jack in the Box in an episode of the 1969 Bewitched series, among many other roles. Edmund Sorich was the Shaga advisor, and that is his only credited role. Dan Warren was Kandok, we've seen him before in a role, he was Grak. Terence Stone was Sarkhan, we've also seen him before as Gorda Khan, and then there's the voice actor for Gorza, whom I can't find out the identity of. Whoever was Gorza is not credited as playing Gorza in the list of voice actors for the game. If anybody knows who played Gorza, please let me know. I'd really like to find out. And so, when we come back, folks, more cold damage within the ice caverns. There's going to be quite a lot of that before we're done here. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.